The Market Day Report. As promised, it's time to take a look at the livestock markets, and we check back in with Todd Horwitz. Of course, Todd is with Bubba Trading out of Chicago and at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. And Todd, what's your take on the livestock markets today?
I think that as we take a look, we look at, for example, live cattle up here about 137. We've had a dramatic move from the lows. I actually turned positive on this space, but I think we've gone up way too fast up here. And as we go out into the future, we look at the formation, we're really in backwardation. So the front month, the spot is way overpriced compared to where we're going. I think there's going to be a little bit of selling pressure. From my point of view, I'd like to see a sell-off back into the mid-120s, in which case I would like to be a buyer because I think that's a great buying opportunity. As we look at the feeders, they're also up too high. Now they've made too much of a dramatic move. I think most of that was short covering, which creates those dramatic straight up moves. I think we're going to see a little bit of a sell-off back here, back into the high 140s. I'd like to be a buyer there. As a trader, I'm going to take a stand from the short side in both of those, but really with the idea that I want to buy lower prices. If I'm a producer or a farmer, I want to hold, and I'd like to hedge some of this most recent gain just to make sure that we hold it here. And then if we move to the hog space, we finally broke out over that $60 level, which is what we've been waiting for. We've been stuck between 56 and 60. Now over 60, you want to be a buyer. Anytime we come back to that 60 level, you want to be a buyer of hogs until they prove otherwise different. So for now, either you want to be neutral or short the beef and long the hogs, but I'm really looking to buy the beef as well, but I need a little bit of a sell-off before I want to get involved down there.
Todd, before we wrap things up, let's talk about the cutouts a bit. Of course, the beef cutouts, significant changes taking place there here over the last couple of weeks. Talk about that a little bit for us.
Well, I think, again, you see a lot of prices, you see a lot of things happening overall, but really the futures markets really tell you where they really think it's going to go. You get a lot of short-term movement in cutout values and pricing because it's for immediate demand now. But the futures market really gives you a better idea going out into time because you can't always take advantage of what's happening right now. You have to be ready to go forward. So I think that's a always temporary spike. They'll find a reason to take those prices lower again, as they'll find a reason to take them higher at some other point, and that's what I think you're really seeing here. So I really don't put much stock into what happens on a day-by-day basis, price by price.
All right. Well, Todd, thank you very much. Sounds like what goes up must come down. Again, Todd Horwitz, he is with Bubba Trading in Chicago. Let's go ahead and take a look